Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are taking a look at Daryl Dixon, the Book of Carol. I guess this is season 2, episode 2. That title is a mouthful, but look, the first episode really got me excited for this series. It's such a quality product, for lack of a better term. I'm sorry, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I was a little taken back that Carol, I know there's some mixed reactions, but I felt like she was, taking advantage of Ash's kindness a little bit. I wasn't the Carol that I felt like I was used to.
Well, to piggyback off that, we've seen it plenty of times, just in different variations from Carol. Let's go!
Dear Lord, these are the things I hope for.
Clams?
I hope the people I care about will be safe and happy. I hope someday this feels like home. Everybody here says they love me. I see how they look at me. I know it's not my destiny to be an ordinary child.
Destiny's Child?
So I hope I can be the person they need me to be.
Concentre-toi. Ils sont revenus.
I mean, this place is like just rock solid perfect for the apocalypse.
Yep.
Emile.
I mean, you can only reach it certain times of the day. I mean...
Daryl!
I
Made you something.
love it. The dog?
It's
Yeah.
dog.
Dog.
May you rest in peace.
But I also hope I can be the person I want to be. And I hope Daryl teaches me how to throw a knife.
Do you hope for Daryl to stay here?
Yes, but I think he misses Carol and the others.
Your future requires more than good aim with a weapon. That's why you're here with us. Doubt is the question that faith answers. Do you have an appointment?
Daryl wants to teach me something. It's a surprise.
Go on now.
This guy.
Zero trust.
Oh.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fera alors si Laurent veut partir aussi?
Daryl finira bien par se laisser convaincre.
Même parmi nos fidèles, il y en a qui doutent. Ils sont fatigués d'attendre leur délivrance. Et libres de se révolter aussi. Avec des preuves, on peut légitimer le garçon.
Donc tu veux avancer la cérémonie?
Ça enverrait un signal fort.
It's gonna show him baseball or something.
I don't know.
That's what it looked
They
like.
robbed us of the subtitles because Daryl was saying something, but they didn't cue it up for us.
Uh-oh.
Look at these
Oh,
shots.
saw this in the trailer. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, they must have got some amazing cameras for this series because the quality of this image is outstanding.
Might have to do with our
It could be our TV as well.
upgraded monitors here at the studio. I think has a lot to do with it too.
Let me know what you think at home.
Describe me what I need for the repair. Getting over my surprise. We're still alive.
Good to know he came.
Jesus. They land in the middle of nowhere and they got walkers.
Well, Carol can deal with these fools.
Hopefully they're not variants.
I was just gonna say, we getting introduced to potential variants. Let me guess. Ting. Nope.
Well, that worked.
Something's gonna happen.
Is it gonna get up?
No,
Yeah.
it's going to pull an Undertaker and pop right back up.
What's gonna happen here? Because they're putting a lot of focus on these three and her just.
Yeah. Oh.
That's why.
Oh.
One just
The old,
ninja walker.
it's the old Red Dawn trick.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, they're everywhere. Hey, Ash. Are you busy?
Like he wouldn't hear that?
There he is.
Oh, it's somebody else.
Whoa.
Welcome to Greenland.
It's a hell of a headshot, huh?
Yeah.
On a moving target
Evil.
Yeah.
with another person standing right next to him.
Yeah.
Well, they've had time to practice.
Hey,
Well, they've had time, but
if it was somebody that was an experienced shooter,
Tu sais, on n'est peut-être pas obligé d'en parler maintenant, mais si jamais ça peut t'aider. Qu'est-ce qu'ils t'ont fait? Voir tes blessures?
is he bit?
No, I think they just
Oh yeah, I
beat the
think.
hell out of him.
Yeah, he's been back long enough. Probably got a bunch of scars and stuff,
T'es pas blessé?
or not.
Ça va. Ça va, ça va.
Maybe it was all mental abuse.
J'ai fait un pacte avec Dieu pour qu'il me ramène à toi.
Tu nous as entendus tous les deux.
All right, choke up on the bat a little bit. Put your hands together. All right, ready? It's all right, I got another one.
Cricket again.
Oh, it's baseball, American baseball.
We need a catcher. I'll be a catcher.
All right, we got a catcher. All right,
This table leg he made into a bat.
all right, ready? On the ball. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
C'est l'heure. We'll get the ball.
Good job, Slugger. You're working them pretty hard, don't you think?
Oh, you too. Sports, self-defense, tracking.
I'm just having fun. You know, some of the stuff they're teaching him up there, he's not buying it.
The kids should question things, be skeptical. Doubt. It's healthy.
What about you? You ever doubt it?
Like I said, it's healthy.
You're not like them at all.
Who am I then?
You're like us.
What does us mean? In a week or two, whenever you figure out a plan, you'll be gone and we'll stay here.
You could make a different choice. You could come with me,
Boom.
both of you.
Both of you.
Nothing ever goes wrong where I'm from.
It's not possible.
Unless we go to a new community.
Of course, it's possible.
Laurent's entire life has led to this place.
Maybe that's all it was. Something that just kept you going.
Yeah, his name's
Oh,
Double
it's-
D.
That's a good point.
Daryl Dixon.
Just something to keep you going. Uh-oh. I don't like this music and her sneaking around.
Laurent? Laurent, c'est moi.
We gotta go visit Harry Potter.
What kind of accent? French, British.
I don't know what that was.
Jeez.
It was bad, whatever it was.
It was real bad.
Laurent?
Oh boy.
Shit. I'm sure.
Ah,
grappling hook.
grappling hooks.
Someone took him.
Losang.
What are the odds they got a grappling hook up in the window without him screaming or yelling or anything?
One had a tattoo on his face.
Someone told Genet where we are.
Oh, we know who that is.
Go. Come on.
Viens avec moi.
I still think those two had something to do with it, but it might be the gentleman.
How would they know
Bring him
which
home.
room he was in?
Everybody follows
Exactly.
Daryl's lead.
They had an inside
Hey,
information.
you see that look?
Arrête, tu viens d'ouvrir.
Yep.
Ça va aller. Tu dois te reposer de soin. Ça va aller, c'est pour lourd.
It's definitely a setup.
Inside job.
Je sens que quelqu'un garde mes cheveux.
He cut off all the locks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give him a proper haircut.
Sister, this could be dangerous. Please reconsider.
Oh,
Going with them to find him.
yep.
He's the inside man.
I'll be with you.
Yep.
It was him.
That confirmed it. And his actions.
That's why he didn't want to talk. He had guilt on his mind.
Yep.
And look at her face. Oh, yeah.
All of them. They're all in on it.
It's not too much further.
What, to
I'm new, by
Mordor?
the way. That's Hannah.
The field is full of Tupalak. Tupalak?
Pet name for the necrotics. Tupalak is a flesh-eating beast conjured up to take revenge on its enemy. You're the first people we've seen in... It's been years. When we heard you playing, we thought we were dreaming.
You're cracking the
Shots
fuel
are
lines.
amazing.
Yeah.
You think you can fix it?
It's nothing but a patch-up job.
I'm sure we've got something you'll be able to use.
I suppose
Wonder
maybe
what
just
lands
Looks
there.
like some sort of research outpost
like-
or something.
like geological outpost or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Smells good. What do you have cooking? Reindeer.
Oh. I immediately thought people. It's always people.
Make yourself at home.
Okay, which Carol is she gonna portray here?
We make our own aquavit.
Maybe later. What brings the two of you all this way?
Climate research for our PhD, tracking glacier melt. It's supposed to be 3 months, but
Oh, yeah. The world went to hell.
you make it sound so terrible. Maybe the world is trying to heal itself.
Maybe Thanos is right.
See?
One species to serve its bottomless appetite devours all the others.
You saying we deserve this?
It would like it's Mother Nature fighting back. Never screw with somebody's mother.
Speed tick. Should do the trick.
Why don't you go ahead and I'll be along with some food you two can take with you?
You want some help?
Sure.
You guys trust in her?
No, I like this take on these characters, though. It's the opposite end of a spectrum that we haven't seen yet.
Maybe I will take you up on that drink.
So, why France?
Carol's trying to find her daughter. Chances she survived her.
I understand.
But who am I to tell her that? Right? It all sounds pretty nuts, right?
I think it's beautiful.
Gosh, there's no way Ash makes it out of this season.
And how about you? Any children?
Ugh. Brutal.
Yeah, about that.
Oh boy. But you know.
I was not expecting.
You're the first gentleman I've seen in 12 years.
Well, I mean, yeah, like who's gonna be there, right? Unless plane comes down.
Here it goes.
It's just like ever clear.
So what else do you put in your broth to season it up?
Carrots, potatoes. You mind?
Not if you're careful.
Well,
she's doing a good job on not making me trust her, at least.
Yeah. You know that it's a real pain in the butt to uncock that.
You sure you want to do that?
Doesn't make you nervous?
Accidents happen.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You know, my mom and dad taught me never to point a weapon at anyone.
I'm supposed to kill you.
What is this?
Then it's unanimous.
But I lost the coin toss.
Your friend won the coin toss?
Use them to
You ever thought about having more?
More what?
I was right!
Children.
Are you serious? What kind of world is this when you get into?
What if everyone felt that way? Humans would die out like we were never here. That's what Hannah wants, for civilization to end.
What do you want?
To save it. You're gonna have me do that.
How?
By letting nature take its course, silly. The same way it's always been done. Over generations.
What is with these two?
You're not serious.
We've done all the calculations. 1,000 years out. First me, then Hannah. We've even picked out baby names.
I love this. It's great.
Okay, I'm really sorry, but you're gonna need to find somebody else.
There's nobody else, Ash.
Oh boy, that face. Oh man.
Forget about Carol. Hannah's going to kill her.
I did not
Didn't see this coming.
see this coming.
You said you didn't kill me.
I'm not a killer.
Well, then why do it?
Because Ian said so. That's what Ian wants.
About you, what do you want?
I don't know. I want to get out of this place. It's killing me.
You could come with us.
We have an actual airplane.
You're just saying that to save your life.
Bring you an opportunity to save yours.
Ian and you will never leave. And I can't leave Ian.
Go find Ash, we fix the plane, and we leave.
What's the delay?
Where is Ash?
At the plane. He's fine.
Can you give me a minute?
What is? Jeez.
Shut up.
She has no other. No other.
Go to yours.
She's got to take her out. This is how Carol gets saved.
Yeah.
Do what I goddamn tell you. I do it myself.
Oh! Stick around.
It's the only way she was getting saved.
Yep.
You had no choice. She was my friend.
Holy shit.
And then Carol's gonna take her out.
Carol has
Will
no
you
other
still
option.
take me with you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course we will.
Look at the flowers first. Make sure you look at these flowers right over here.
Walk out into the pasture.
Yep.
Look at the sunset.
Been through a lot.
No.
You know, this is the first time in years I've thought about the future. And all the French I learned in grade school.
Oh, the flare gun! Oh, wow! In the neck!
Holy shit.
Oh, the plane's okay. I thought I saw like a... What is going on in this last 10 minutes?
Oh, they landed on an island with two people who have been there forever, and they went crazy. I mean, think, well, they've been there since the start.
She was gonna kill you.
Yeah. I had to do it.
No, he did.
How would I suppose she could have made him chain himself to the plane while she had the gun on him?
Well, at least Carol didn't have to do it.
Oh,
That was wild.
nice little pit stop.
Probably could have gotten a lot of supplies from them too.
Well, yeah, for sure. I was
At this point, I'm sure both of them
Is this
like.
your first time killing a person?
How,
Until now, I've been lucky enough to be left alone, I guess. How about you?
No. No, I've killed a lot of people.
Yep.
Remember, all of them never goes away.
I love it.
Oh, what a unique circumstance that was.
Interesting little like side mission they threw in there because it was kind of inconsequential to the whole story, other than them fixing up the plane and.
Yeah. Well, and Ash had to take out his first person.
They stopped here. 2, maybe 3 people went off on foot that way.
Right into a trap.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Dude, so is he still in the building, but they made it look like he's away?
Yeah,
And that's what they're.
Yeah, to get rid of him because that's his. That's his
his meal.
snack. Yeah, his meal, whatever that dish is.
They staged it to get all the big dogs out of there.
Yep.
Spotted at least 2 of them.
No.
It's hard to tell. Everyone follow me. You good?
What is going on here?
Trying to get rid of the ones to derail their mission with Laurent.
Mm-hmm. Does this mean her impending death is coming because she is witnessing?
Yep, she's gonna find out. Oh, what an episode it's been.
Do you think they made a deal with the kid to get Daryl to come here?
Either that or it's just a trap.
Do you mean Laurent? Or the kid here? That guy?
That guy right there. Do you think he made a deal with them?
He did something because that was very cryptic of what he said to her.
Mm-hmm.
I made a deal with God to see you get, however, you guys know. You saw it. I mean, they can't really think that somebody wouldn't follow or at least see something.
You're carrying a tray of food, but maybe there's not a lot of people left, and that's maybe why they think they're in the clear, but we wouldn't have a show if they didn't, I suppose. Oh, I like that.
Oh, the back
That's a
and
nice
forth.
transition, yeah. Oh, this is getting good. Yep.
Nope.
Oh, they gave him,
They're back.
duds.
Yep. Okay, so that way Daryl would have his back turned and then.
Yep.
Right out the window.
There you go. There you go.
Get him.
Ah, shit.
Better be doing his best Atreus impersonation. That bow.
Eat lead.
He's gonna have to make a decision.
Emile, qu'est-ce que tu fous?
This was the deal.
Yep. Bow versus gun.
There you go, Daryl. What you gonna do now, sport?
Why are they doing this?
Shit.
That's.
There we go.
All right. That'll do it. Nice.
À genoux.
No
Je risque de prendre mon
way.
morceau.
Je t'avais dit de pas venir.
What are you doing?
You weren't meant to be here. You and Fallou both.
You and I can work this out.
Who asked you to do this?
They were worried Laurent would leave. Everything the Union had fought for would be lost.
After everything you went through.
Don't know what I went through.
Quand nous étions capturés, qu'est-ce qui t'est arrivé? Qu'est-ce qu'ils t'ont fait?
Rien! They only made me watch while they did their experiments and murdered the others.
Yep. Mental.
What happens tomorrow?
Ceremony to prove what we know.
They're gonna.
That Laurent is special.
Yeah.
Prove it how?
Oh my God.
Isn't this what you believed? That his birth was a miracle.
They're gonna let him
That
get
he
bit.
represents a future where we can no longer be hurt. Tomorrow it will be proven. He will not succumb to the bite.
They're gonna let him get bit.
Does this look like salvation to you?
His teeth can be.
He's gonna take him out.
No way.
No, she was going to do it.
She did it.
If it would have been up to Daryl, I don't think Daryl would have done it, but I knew 1,000% she was going to.
Well, just kind of way she's been.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to let Laurent get
to
bit.
prove it.
I better find a place for us to land before we run out of options.
That looks like it's been used.
We made it. We're there.
Merci.
Is that the extent of your French?
Yep.
I might remember a few phrases from high school.
Did you guys do other languages in high school?
No.
Just had
Spanish was available, but I never took it.
Just had Spanish.
I think you should stay here.
You think I came all this way to wait in for?
I don't want anything to happen to the plane.
It won't.
I don't want you getting hurt because of me. I'm responsible for you.
No. I made the decision to come here because I want to help you.
You're going to help us get out of here when the time comes, and I'm going to need you and the plane to do that. I've been doing a lot of things on my own. I've been out in this world more than you have.
We'll need fuel, so that could take a while. How long are you going to be?
Not very long, I hope. If I'm not back in 2 weeks, don't keep waiting.
I'm not leaving without you.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Anybody seen The Money Pit? 2 weeks.
So what is she going to tell him when he comes back? Or when she comes back with Daryl?
I mean, she has the option of coming back with Daryl and saying she didn't find her.
Yes, cooks up another story, or
I lost her, but he was around.
Well, she'll probably tell him the truth. Is what'll happen.
Mid-flight, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize how big France is.
I know, that's why I said like 2
but I
weeks.
suppose she could say, hey, we need to go where she was at, you know.
Last address or something.
Genet.
Move a lot faster with the truck, Carol.
Are they collecting people for their experiments?
That's what it looks like to me. Following the trail.
Yep. Carol does it again.
The old ingenuity.
Hearing all those people.
What if they have some sort of mark or some sort of way to signify that?
Oh, you bring them weaponry, they give you food coupons.
No, I think it's like a coat check.
Oh, you think? I suppose, yeah, they gave her a number.
Well, it's for Genet.
Yeah. And I guess this way you control people so there's not like a riot for the food or whatever. That makes sense.
Are they feeding these people to keep them healthy for potential testing?
Or just to keep them satisfied. It's like a Morton Joe turning on the water.
Do not become addicted. Addicted to water.
C'est un petit aperçu de ce que la maison mère peut vous offrir. Un lit douillet, de l'eau, du vin, le retour de l'ordre. Mais uniquement si vous acceptez de soutenir Madame Genet. Les volontaires?
Any volunteers?
J'en veux 20.
Oh, here we go.
J'ai dit le retour de l'ordre.
On est ensemble.
You have to wait for the tide.
All these years I've lived in that place, Losang. Thought it was the one thing that would save us.
People gotta believe in something. You know,
One job, the one thing I promised Lily, was to protect Laurent.
don't worry when the water goes back out. We'll go in and get them.
And then we'll go with you, if the offer still stands.
Well, at this point, yeah.
There we go.
She can't trust him. Granted, she wasn't supposed to be there either. But
No, she wasn't supposed to see.
whoa!
There we go. Finally, after all, one season of teeth.
After all the first season. All right.
All right. Daryl gets to have a little happiness. I mean, I guess he had it briefly with Leah, but that ended up not going so well.
Oh, that's a very few
she was like
personal connections that we've seen with Daryl, at least of this level.
Are you doubting the plan?
Yes.
We'll go through with the test. It will work, but we'll still have to deal with Daryl when he comes back.
He's not coming back. I amended the order.
Amended. How?
He wasn't in on it.
I told them the truth. Daryl was in the way of our remission, that you felt he would be an obstacle as long as he was around.
What about the others?
They were not part of the plan. We've come too far to let it all be foiled now by witness.
Is this who we are, Jacinta?
Yep. Good job, pal.
Who you became.
That's what happens when you don't run a tight ship. Sometimes when they do that shot, you're waiting for the but it didn't come that time.
It's a little early, but it could have happened.
Do you know where we're going? You've heard of Madame Genet? No. She's trying to start over. In New France, I was skeptical, but it's hard to argue with Brett. At least my husband can rest for a while, not moving around all the time. His lungs is it more and more difficult to breathe, and I heard that might be a doctor with us.
Doctors in the world of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
They're separating y'all, that's why.
Yep.
You got a worker truck and an experiment truck.
Yep. Healthy ones in this truck, not so healthy ones in the other one.
And B.
A's and B's.
Yep.
Just be happy you're in the truck with
pal. Could we call this tense music?
Oh, yeah. And Carol's walking right into it.
19 volontaires en tout.
19 volunteers. Volunteers.
Marion, il fait rien.
Ne jamais renoncer.
Oh, that's our guy they're torturing there.
C'est mon bras droit. Ça aurait pu être toi.
Oh my gosh!
L'information dont j'ai besoin, elle est à l'intérieur de toi. Et ils vont finir par sortir. Tu vas me dire où ils sont.
It's all right there.
Yep.
What a shot. I feel like we said that about 6 times this episode.
That next episode is going to be pretty darn interesting.
Oh, the episodes they just keep getting better. I mean, this show, I mean, I said it right from the start. And I said it on the first one about how this episode, this series rather, feels so much different than the regular world of The Walking Dead. And a lot of folks, were saying maybe it's, cameras and technology and things like that. But look, there's something to be said for awesome writing and amazing characters and actors who can deliver all that to us. So again, huge shout out to everybody involved in this episode, in this series. I loved this episode in particular. This was a lot of fun. When Daryl was playing the baseball, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like that was one of the first times, at least in this show, Daryl got to relax a little bit. And that didn't seem like Daryl Dixon. That almost kind of seemed like Norman Reedus, just out there, playing ball with another one of the actors on set. Just his voice and everything, that was kind of the vibe it gave me. I watch, Ride with Norman Reedus, and that's where he's his kind of a travel show, and he's just being him. That was kind of the vibe that I got from that scene, so that was a lot of fun. The folks in Greenland that we stumbled upon, I loved that because they mentioned this on, I think it was on one of the after shows to Fear the Walking Dead. They talked about how, you find different people in different situations. And I think on Fear, one of the ones they talked about, what if you found like a prepper community, and they talk about all the different types of people you might come across. And this is one, well, what if you came across these researchers who were in this very isolated place since everything began? I mean, that's how many years in are we at this point, Dave? It's like 12 or 15
give or take, a minimum of 12. But
yeah, something like that. So for 12 years, they've been living in essentially what looked like a VW bus. That's about how big it was. And just on this island, and they get in all these crazy thoughts in their head. One wanted to repopulate the world, starting with them. The other one was like, well, people got to go, and I got to take you out. So I just loved how they had the time to put in. They used, what is valuable time in this episode to put that in there. But I thought it was worth it because I think it answers questions for fans of, well, what would happen if you came across a group like this, or if you came across a group like that, and so on and so forth. So I really liked how that was done. The different settings that they use in this show really sets it off. Obviously, we had the beautiful shots of Greenland, the beautiful shots of France. Now, granted, like you said, Dave, a lot of it's CGI, but it really gets the point across of this show, and I really like that. And one of the other things that I noticed, poor Daryl, he's walking into this situation just trying to help everybody out, and here they're setting him up, and his friends unknowingly get set up right into it. They're like, are you guys sure you want to go? You don't need to. Like, oh, what are you talking about? So they couldn't let the cat out of the bag too much, but I did not see the setup coming where our head guy at the church here, or the nest, I forget his name, but he wasn't really in on it in the sense that he didn't want Daryl and company being taken out, so to speak. His plan was just, I don't know, maybe keep him away for a while, because he said what's going to happen when Daryl comes back. So I thought that was an interesting twist on his character, because we knew he was up to something, but we didn't know exactly what. So I really liked that. And Carol just blending right in, playing the role, as she is so good at portraying weakness when she is incredibly strong, which I love, and how she's able to just manipulate people by being this role I guess being the role, being this character that she's able to pull off. I love it. And the last thing I'll say is we got to get Daryl to saw off that shotgun he's using. He's got to go full Mad Max with that thing. Cut the barrel off, cut the stock off. He needs something a little quicker. Not worried about long range, I don't think, in this situation. So I loved this episode. Keep them coming. Man, it's been outstanding so far. And Ash, I still don't think he's making it out of this season.
Man, I would not trade a long barrel shotgun like that I can shoulder fire.
See him swinging that big thing around in there?
For a saw. Have you ever shot a sawed-off handheld shotgun?
Bruce Campbell pulled it off perfectly
I'm asking if you've ever done it.
I'm not in The Walking Dead,
So the answer is no, I have. And the accuracy on those are terrible. You still get the same recoil, if not more. And because it's sawed off, you can't shoulder fire it. Like they're great for TV shows.
Worked for Mad Max. That's all I'm saying.
They're great for TV shows and movies, and they have their purpose. But in this
TV show, it wouldn't work.
The first time you ever fire a sawed off shotgun, or even a shotgun with just a pistol grip, you're like, "Yep, this sucks." So, in any regard, to start, I was expecting more turmoil for Carol and Ash's journey to France. That was like, hey, we stopped in Greenville and into Greenville. It's a local city. Greenland. We stopped in Greenland, ran into a couple of people who had a research outpost, and then the next thing you know, we were in France. I mean,
we got 6 episodes, Dave. Now we got 4.
Right, right. So, but even like, I mean, he brought up, we don't know what the weather is going to be like flying over the ocean. I mean, they faced, a leak in a fuel line, but other than that, they faced really no obstacles. Now, that being said, how much writing and how much time, Dave has a great point. You have 6 episodes. How much time do you want to dedicate to, hey, look, it wouldn't be that awesome trying to get a little plane like that over the ocean? I don't know how long the flight from Greenland to France would be.
Well, now keep in mind, too, he did make a point to be like, I can't believe we survived.
Yeah, right. So he kind of...
They put it into like a 3-second line.
He kind of threw that in there. I wasn't ready for the curve. For me, at least, a curveball with the story with what they had in mind for Laurent. Of course, we watched The Last of Us, and in The Last of Us, Ellie, basically the same situation. Just fast forward, she survived, and kind of the vibe you get from there is they want to run blood tests. So of course, we found out with them they wanted to do, I think, brain tests. They basically wanted to dissect her, and I guess that's what I thought was going to happen with Laurent, is they were going to do some sort of blood testing, some sort of biological testing, whether it was the same that Ellie had faced in The Last of Us or something like that. But the fact that they're flat out like, yeah, we're just gonna let him get bit and and see if he can recover from it, I think is pretty wild. And if he can recover from it, then it's like, then starts the testing. But overall, I thought the writing was great. I thought the acting was great. I don't know if I got dad vibes or Big Brother vibes from Daryl in that baseball scene, but there was definitely something different there. And of course, we got to see him in a romantic moment, which
finally
I didn't. Yeah, I mean there was the tension
outside of Leah.
There was the tension the whole time, but we didn't know whether that was actually anything was gonna come to fruition there. Because he is such a stoic kind of just baseline character,
like a loner
in this entire universe. So I thought that was interesting. Of course, Isabel and a handful of the other people see what's going on now at the nest and are like, yeah, this is messed up. So I'm very curious to see what happens. Carol now being with Genet's group has me very nervous, but look, Carol's just the consummate badass. So I'm confident that she'll be able to find her way out, or at least find her way to Daryl. But great writing.
I'm just worried the first time she has to speak English. Like, all right, what are the odds we've got another person who doesn't speak any French but is from America?
Right. I mean, it's going to be interesting, but it's intense writing. It's writing that keeps you very captivated and into the show. And I'm so happy that, as we continue with this particular, spin-off series, that the writing keeps to top level, at least for me, because look, we don't need to get into it too much, but this for me is the highest quality writing that we've seen in any of the spin-offs. Now, granted, we also have, two of the most beloved characters. And I feel like there's a lot more pressure on the writers to deliver, obviously with Rick and Michonne and the ones who lived. I mean, it's Rick, right? But some of the other spinoffs, I felt like I wasn't quite as invested. But yeah, another great episode for me. I'm really looking forward to the season. The only thing I wish I wish we could have gotten an 8 or 10 episode season instead of 6, because I do feel like they've had to condense the story just a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about out of left field for me with Hannah and Aaron or Eru, or I know I'm butchering her name, Ian.
Yeah,
but
Ian basically. I think it's kind of what it sounded like.
Ian is what she was saying.
Either way, phenomenal twist there, at least for me. I was not expecting it. I mean, Hannah kind of gave us, we were saying during the reaction there, I don't trust her, but we say that about almost everybody, right? Yep. But the way she kept progressing slowly with her potential, like I may be a baddie, was kind of intriguing, because the second that do you mind? And Carol's just like, yeah, as long as you're safe, And then does that, and it was like, oh, is this happening? And then it happened. You're like, oh shit, this is happening. But then the twist of, well, we need a man alive to repopulate us, because we're not moving out of here. So here's our plan. You got me. You got Hannah. Boom. We got even baby names picked out. That was bravo. Wow. Because again, did not see that coming. But I do like the location that they were at. Basically they were researchers, scientists, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember exactly. But I haven't seen anyone since basically the start, is basically the gist that I got out of that whole thing. Hannah, now that brings up interesting conversation. She pulled on Carol, was about to do it, but obviously we saw the end result. She didn't do it. Then we get close to the plane, which I was like, when I said, oh no, I thought it was something looked a little odd in the silhouette with the plane.
And the way they showed Ash.
Right. She screwed Ash by doing something stupid to the plane. But it was quick, so that's probably why I got it wrong. But luckily it was just chained, right? But as we approached the plane, wasn't expecting, I know they put the shot on the flare gun.
Yep.
But I wasn't expecting the flare gun to go to Hannah at all. I thought the flare gun was going to come in later. Like episodes later. Like, hey,
I see.
Here it is, just try to remember this shot. I didn't think it was going to be on Hannah whatsoever. Then Carol getting picked up by Genet's people with that whole volunteer system. They got 19 volunteers. We all know from season 1 how that turns out. So we did see the preview for the next one. So granted, now they didn't show really any conversation, right? But she said, I'll help you get to him. So obviously they already had some conversation to it, which to your point, the American.
What are the odds?
So I'm really intrigued by that. And then, wow, what a dirty twist to try to get Daryl by himself so they could try to take him out by Losang and gosh, what's her name? I can't find it on here, but either way,
and even
dirty plan.
Yeah, and even with Losang, that wasn't really his plan, wasn't to take him out.
Not to take him out, but he had a little bit.
She was like, "What do you mean
involvement?" He had a little involvement.
Plan has been amended.
Yes.
Yeah,
we've amended the plan.
Now I know he was upset, right? But he seemed more upset about Isabel and Fallou. So, man, and I'm really intrigued now. Will we finally get the fight between him and Daryl, because they teased it in the first episode? And like you guys were already saying, Isabel, Daryl love. So now my timer on her has started. I'm hoping I'm really wrong because I'd love to see you live.
Did she make 4 episodes?
My timer on Isabel has started.
Well, guys, look at what they've done with Daryl, right? He's like the one for sure character. Like, let's give him just a glimmer of happiness, and then let's really crush him. That's how we're gonna treat Daryl here, so he can stay stoic and a little dark and ominous and just whatever. Good episode, much better than the first one. But I am intrigued because they did some things in this episode that will definitely, I feel like, get the internet talking a little bit. So I'm really intrigued to see what your thoughts are on this episode, especially with the storylines that ran through it. And what are your thoughts so far of the first 2 episodes of season 2? Because I feel like fans, it was really all about Michonne and Rick, but we still got one more season of at least Daryl and another season of Dead City coming. So I'm kind of really intrigued to see what you all are thinking about two episodes in of Daryl, knowing that we got a third coming. So
yeah, I mean, for me, this is gonna sound weird, but outside of having Norman Reedus, on here, and Melissa McBride, it almost doesn't even feel like The Walking Dead, because it's so different. We're in such a different setting. There's different things going on. I like how they did the shots of Carol walking through the French town and all the French written all over, because it really puts her in a position where
let's see some of that said.
She's a stranger in a strange land. This doesn't make sense to her, and it's it's going to throw her off a little bit. So I just really like that, and this show just feels so different. I've got nothing but great stuff to say about it. I don't know how you folks feel, like Diamond Dave was saying, but I absolutely love this show, and I'm all in on it. And we'll check and see how long the flight is to France
from Greenland to France.
No, on a little single engine.
Dave, you could just pull it up here while I. So the one thought I was going to say, it's interesting when you bring up Carol in the French town, because it's like, I feel like it's almost just like it's. And look, Carol's had a major major character growth throughout the course of the last 12 years, right? But I kind of feel like if we look back to Carol in season 1, right, in a new place, very timid, and now it's like you're getting your modern day version of Carol put in a situation where she's vulnerable, and we get to see how differently she handles things when she's in a new situation. She doesn't know anybody.
Doesn't know what people are saying.
Has a rifle, can't speak the language, so she's in a very vulnerable situation, which of course she was in season 1. But now we have this this version of Carol versus the old version, so it'll be interesting to see how she handles all the adversity that comes her way and everything that's thrown in front of her, and I think it's going to be a lot. So
we'll see if we get any happiness for Norman Reedus. Only 4 episodes. So. Isabella, I hope you make it, but Ash ain't making it out of this season. I can tell you that.
Saying it. Ash is doing now he's written off for at least the next one. So
right, he can hang out.
I think Ash is going to do just fine.
He's to hang out and go collect gas. And just real quick, I did want to give a shout out to the 2 actors that they had doing the research in the research facility. Look, as an actor, you're brought in. They were given maybe 2, maybe 3 minutes of screen time total. So huge shout out to them for doing the roles that they did. I thought they did a great job. Marie was really good with those crazy eyes, and Minami did an excellent job as well. Yeah, you guys both did great for just being essentially dropped into a show.
Agreed. Very good additions as far as new characters who had to play the role of kind of crazy, kind of scared, and everything in between. I thought they did great as well. So,
all right, well, folks, that's going to do it for us. So, For Diamond Dave Damone, that's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. This was Bad Medicine. That was Daryl Dixon Season 2. We will see you back here for another episode.